Hello. Welcome to the Concrete Conversations podcast, a place for social conversation. This podcast is a place or a space, sorry, where we discuss varying topics that intrigue me week to week. That could be on social media or TV. And my name is Seth. So thank you for tuning back in. If you're familiar with the podcast, which you're probably not because there's only one episode, then you're aware, pretty much this idea came. I probably didn't explain it well, but this idea pretty much just came because, there's all these different topics going on, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, on social media in general, TV in general. So, I figured why not add my 2 cents? So on this particular episode, we're going to talk about celebrities, and more so the power that, us as listeners and viewers give them. Now this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be long. I do have a lot of notes, but it probably won't take that long to actually get through. I think I might just be overwhelming myself more than it is. So bear with me. Ultimately you'll see how long it is after, but I typically don't really want to make these that long. I want these to be maybe 20-30 minute episodes, just so you guys can, do it on your commute or do it on your walk or something. You could just get a quick listen in and, go about your day. And whether you agree or you don't, hey, it's up to you. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? If you do agree, great. If you don't agree, also great. That's great to have, varying opinions. And then if you have any more dialogue that you would like to share with me, you'll see my socials linked in the descriptions. And I'll also provide those at the end of the podcast as well. So I am a little late recording this. Now, I don't know if I necessarily gave a day that I would like to have these episodes up by, but typically I want to have them up by Thursdays. But, life happens, especially now with everything going on as far as the pandose and everything, everything going on in the world. It's just, crazy, crazy, crazy. So, yeah. It's going to be up before the weekends. That's the main thing. But yeah, eventually, once we're in a more stable space, then I think I definitely want to maybe shoot for Thursdays. But don't hold me to that. That can change. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this episode. And once again, feel free to share your thoughts on the platforms. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, or follow me on TikTok. And I'll link all those below, and I'll shout those out at the end as well. But yeah, but first I want to start off. So we know there's been this whole thing that's going on with the Drake release and how people aren't viewing this as one of his better albums. And honestly, I only listened to it once and I really didn't care. But when it comes to Drake, personally, I just prefer singing Drake in general. So that's just me. I'm not really a rapping Drake fan. I mean, he has good songs, of course, but I'm not really ever pressed for his songs that he's rapping on. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't enjoy rap in general, honestly. I like rap music. But it's a time and space. I prefer R&B. That's where my mind is, you know what I'm saying? That's where I like to just, feel the groove and relax, you know what I'm saying? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with rap. I'm not one of those people that's out here, chastising rap or anything. I love it whenever I need to be in a certain mood or something, you know what I'm saying? But as far as my everyday music, I definitely prefer more of, the R&B feel. But that's just because of my personality. I'm a laid back person. I just like to, chill. But yeah, with that, as far as the whole Drake release, everybody, keeps saying, it's not that great, blah, blah, blah. I understand that, but I feel like people are just becoming so redundant in their takes. And it's not even the fact that they're becoming redundant. It's the fact that they keep making the video over and over and over again. It's okay, we get it. You did not like the video or you did not like the music. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you make one video or you make a couple tweets and you just, highlight what your thoughts are. But if I go to your TikTok and the last 6 videos is you talking about the same fucking shit, it's just why? What are you... I understand you're gaining content out of this, but it's also can we do something else? I'm just... It's tired. Why the hell do you keep talking about this? Okay, you did not enjoy the album. That's all right. You can say it once or say it twice. But going on 6 times, it's too much. It's too much. But that was just like that was my little simple take on that. I just could not. That's something I had to say. I was gonna make it a separate conversation, but honestly, it wasn't warranted because it was not going to be that long. But honestly, I just needed people to. I just needed to get that off my chest, and and people may not feel the same. People be like, what, say what you got to say. Like you're like the millionth and one nigga with this podcast at this point. Like, and I understand. My opinions may be very redundant, and that's okay. But what I don't want to do is continue to harp on the same thing that I've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with all the music that is out, especially with all the things that are going on, it's like, why do you not? Like, I understand that this is your platform and this is what you choose to talk about, but like, how many videos do you need to tell us that you did not enjoy the Drake album? Like, we don't need that many. And I'm not even trying to defend Drake, but it's also just like, the point where it's like, how much is too much? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes we do things in an over excessive manner, and it just turns people off. You know what I'm saying? Like, when y'all watch y'all watch TikTok, right? Or you be on Instagram, and people just take too long to get to the point. And I am a long-winded fellow. So, I know it. But I feel like if you're not keeping my attention, you're clearly just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And the people that be like, give you this, nice, juicy story, and you're tuned in and you're tapped in and you're like, all right, well, what's going on next? And they're like and follow for part 2. And then you go to their page and part 2 ain't up and they talking about 20,000 likes and you'll get part 2. Well, you ain't getting no 20,000 likes. Nobody cares about it this much. Like, okay, it's over. Like, at this point, it's over. If you don't got first of all, you've got a 3-minute feature. So if you're taking more than 3 minutes to even get this story out, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but on top of that, even if you need to make it another thing, have that thing ready. Nobody's going to keep coming back to your page. You trying to get followers off of story time. If people genuinely like your content, they're going to just come back. You know what I'm saying? That's it. People are generally going to follow you because they want to, not because you got one good story time and then next thing you know, you got a bunch of followers off of this one good story time and then you offer nothing else after that. And that's the thing where people got to start. We pray a lot. We want to manifest a lot for these different things that we want in our life. But are we truly prepared? You know what I'm saying? Like, have we truly done the work? And that's something where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Where it's like, I want all these things, but am I truly doing the work to even be in a position to get these things? And when I do get these things, am I going to really be ready? So, hey, that's where I'm at right now. And that's just how it's going to, how it's going to have to be. My bad. Just had a cough attack. Gosh, no COVID though. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. Like, be ready, be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's some things you just won't know. There's some things you won't be prepared for. But as long as you did like the fundamentals to even be in a position to work what you're asking for, you'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with these TikTokers. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have this big platform, make sure the content matches. Don't just be a one and done. Don't be a one-hit wonder. Don't have one good story time, and then next thing you know, you start making up story times or something to keep people interested, and it's not hitting like it was because it's not authentic anymore. Or if you're somebody that wants to be a choreographer, but you have no videos on your page that is up of you doing dances or being original, then what good is it? You know what I'm saying? If you could follow a dance, but can you create one? That's a whole different scenario. And like when people with businesses, they start all these, I want to do this, but then don't really be ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get the link. Don't say DM me for pricing. I'm not doing that. And honestly, I'm gonna preface this by saying that this podcast is going all over the place, but I hope y'all know me enough by this one episode that I put up before that that's going to go all over the place. But we'll get to the main points of this podcast soon. But right now, I just got to get it off my chest. Y'all got to quit with the DM for pricing. We're not DMing you. Am I getting a deal when I DM you? Is that what the thing is? Am I getting a cheaper price than what you originally would have charged by me DMing you? Because what am I DMing you for? Put a website in your bio. If you are, I understand everybody is in the beginning stages. Everybody has to start somewhere. But eventually, if you're going to be on your stories bragging about how much money you made, invest that into a website. Invest that. Nobody wants to DM you. People don't want to DM you, and then you take forever to reply back, or you're picking favorites on who you actually want to sell your product to, and then they're being told it's sold out or some stupid stuff that y'all conjure up all the time. I'm not DMing you for pricing, and then you get mad when people are asking you 1,000,001 questions. If you created a website and had all the information there, if somebody was asking you a stupid question, you could say, "Oh, hey, go refer to my website." Simple as that. But the whole back and forth, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not DMing you for pricing. If you have a product that I like and you say DM me for pricing, I'm simply not going to buy that product. It's as simple as that. Power to the people that do. I just cannot be one of them. I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, no, 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 no. It's one thing if you're like a local person and you're just trying to, like, sell food or something. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, all right, let me know what that's a different scenario. Even then, I still encourage you to have a website, but I could be a little bit more gracious as opposed to somebody that's selling clothes or selling an item or some like type of product. You know what I'm saying? Make that website. Make that website. There are too many different platforms out here to create a website, and then on top of that, there's also too many. There's there. What am I saying right now? There are a lot of platforms that you could choose from, always offering deals, and I understand things take time, but please at least have some type of structure. Just make it easier for the person buying. And that's as simple as that. That's just that on that. Like I can't simplify it any more than that. Have a link that is a direct link to your website for products that you're selling. And also, if you're going to be one of those DM for pricing people, at least have the price in the caption. You know what I'm saying? At least have the price of the product that you're selling on Instagram. Y'all put up these sweaters, y'all put up these shorts, y'all put on these candles, y'all put up these lotions and body butters and all this other stuff, but then don't put the price, but then you want somebody to DM you. Why the fuck do I have to DM you for pricing? If you don't have set pricing, just say that, because that makes no sense. If you have a set price list, just simply put $30, $40, $120 underneath for this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people will be more willing to DM you to buy the product if they just knew what the price was. I shouldn't have to DM you and be like, hey, interested in this product, how much is it? Wait 10 years for you to reply, oh, this is $35. And then you're like, all right, well, I would like to buy it. And then I got to wait for you to say, all right, well, here's my Cash App, or here's my Venmo, or here's my PayPal, or whatever you're choosing to do. And then I'm waiting for you to come back with receipts and everything else. It's just too much. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't know how y'all are not exhausted by having to do that, but it's exhausting as the person that's trying to buy to have to deal with that. Like, and maybe it's just me. It might just be a me thing, but I feel like I have some people out there that are out. I feel like I have some people out there that agree with me. I feel like I have some people out there that agree with me. That's what I'm saying. Invest in your business. You know what I'm saying? Bia said, invested in my body, she's done up. Invest in that business. And you know what? The money gonna be up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta invest in yourself. I understand. Once again, I understand it takes time. It does take time, but please, everybody's tolerance is not high, especially mine. I don't have a high tolerance for that. Like, I do not. And also, can y'all learn how to conduct businesses as well? Like, a lot of y'all do not have the customer service that y'all think y'all do, and it's horrible. And I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. Like, I do not want to come at my black brothers and sisters. I love y'all for real. But when it comes to business, there's some. I mean, I'm not even trying to. This isn't even a race thing, because I mean, there's plenty of white businesses. There's Asian, Arab, all that stuff. All those, everybody got some bad bunches in there. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But this is strictly for my brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters. I want us to all be great. So I want us all to take heed to what I'm about to say, okay? And if you don't agree, that's on you. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not God. I'm not end all be all. I don't, that's not up to me to dictate. But this is just a word of friendly advice from me to you. Learn how to be better customer service oriented. I understand that the customer is not always right, but you simply having a whole bunch of instructions on what you're not going to do is not going to make anybody want to book you. That's all I'm saying. That's not going to make anybody want to book you. And the thing is, this is mainly going to like people that do hair or cut hair. Y'all know that y'all monopolize for the most part, because y'all know that we're black, and you know that we can't really go anywhere else. So y'all know that this is the people that this is your demographic. You know what I'm saying? But these other people are coming in and infiltrating the spots. So you gotta, at the end of the day, I feel like most black people are going to try to go to black businesses. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to go to black businesses, especially when it's concerning their hair. But other people are learning what they got to do in order to get to where they got to get to and infiltrate the spot and try to get this imaginary invite to the cookout, which y'all need to stop inviting people to the cookout. Stop, okay? Because I got some thoughts on that too. But we'll get to that in a second. But I just want y'all got to be more mindful. You know what I'm saying? Be more mindful. It's just as simple as that. Just be more mindful. You know what I'm saying? Like, take this for instance. You know how, like, you know, Asian people come into our communities and they put up these hair stores, right? But then you get treated badly when you go into these hair stores and they're following you. And it's like, well, who else is coming in these hair stores besides black people? You know what I'm saying? Who else is buying these products besides black people? But then you have the nerve to treat us so badly when we walk in. I'm not saying all, but there have been instances, you know what I'm saying? So now we're starting to get to the point where more black people are owning these black-owned business or owning these, you know, hair shops. So then when black people come in, they have a better experience. And that's how it is, you know what I'm saying? You see where people start, you feel disrespected long enough, people are going to start making those strides in order to make sure that they get to where they need to get to. So my thing is, if you do hair, make sure you're professional. You know what? Make sure you're professional. If you don't have the proper credentials, please go invest in those. Please go invest in those. Understand that, you know, going to get a cosmetology license when all you do is braids or something, like, it may be a whole different ball game. But if you can, just invest in yourself. Go get those credentials so then nobody can even say nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll probably have a newfound respect for what you should be doing. And I can't really give you know the end all be all. I don't do hair, so I don't know. But as somebody that gets their hair cut, and my barber's pretty professional, he's pretty good. But I'm saying I see a lot of things on Instagram and I see a lot of things on TikTok and I see a lot of people complaining about how they either got to take it into their own hands, getting last minute cancellations, or getting hey babe texts 1 hour before they're supposed to arrive, or being told that they got to come back and then 10 hours later told that they can't be done today, they got to be done tomorrow. Or it's a bunch of things that people were just doing, and you got to learn professionalism. You got to learn professionalism, babe. You got to do it. Like, you got to do it. You can't be out here just, like, first of all, you messing up your own bag. And word of mouth, especially in the black community, is going to be your biggest downfall or your biggest blessing. You know what I'm saying? We be talking, you know what I'm saying? We be talking. So make sure you are doing everything that you need to do to make sure when we talk about you, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Don't be making nasty chicken and then want people to come support your business when you know that chicken is nasty. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, oh no, you went to that restaurant? Oh yeah, that's super bomb. Let's go. Or they're gonna be like, no, that's nasty as hell. We could just go to fucking Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? You got to be mindful of the things that you do. Be professional, and you know you got to be good when you do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. That's as simple as that. Now, going to this cookout. Stop inviting people because they know how to do a little two-step. Stop inviting people because they know how to fucking Dougie. Stop inviting people because they know how to do the jerk. We don't care. Okay, we do that a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? And you don't extend these cookout invites. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop. Just stop. First of all, this cookout is not happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where this cookout is taking place, but it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And if it did, at this point, it's not going to be enough of us there because y'all either kicking people out or you inviting too many other people in. You know what I'm saying? No. That's not how it works. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? They can stay with their green bean casserole down the road. We don't need that. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. Y'all just do too much. Oh, you're invited to the cookout because they know how to fucking clap their hands on beat. Get out of here because y'all don't even have that same energy for people that actually should be invited to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see a black person that maybe doesn't dress how you would classify as in style now, but now it's but they get uninvited. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that's biracial that's mixed with black. They're not. You telling them they can't come. You know what I'm saying? But let Heather Ann do the Dougie 2 times and she just got an automatic cookout. You know what I'm saying? She's black by association. No, nah. Get out of here with that. We got to stop with that. Like we can't. That's why we can't advance by trying to be appeasing the other folks. You know what I'm saying? We gotta live for us and make sure that we're supporting us first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even trying to cause controversy right now, but it's getting out of hand. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just getting out of hand. We gotta chill. We gotta chill with these cookout invites. Okay, we need to have some type of system. All right, we need to have a system. It's as simple as that. Like, and I don't appreciate how y'all will question the blackness of somebody that's, you know, biracial. Like, yeah, if you're mixed, you know, I understand whatever. I'm not going to dictate what you claim. First of all, I'm not mixed, so I can't really speak on that. But if you identify as black, if that's all you know, hey, I'm not going to tell you not to, you know what I'm saying? But if you're out here being white, I mean, if you're not out here being white, but if you're white and then somebody black is inviting you to the cookout, you just be like, no, bro, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because it's like you're out here you're telling Andrew he can't come, but then telling Sally it's okay. Please let me know where that makes sense. Please let me know where that makes sense. I just really need to know. I really need to know where that makes sense. How y'all will sit there and revoke black people's black cards, but then still invite other people to the cookout that have nothing to do with the black community at all. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me. I really want to know. That's as simple as that. I just really want to know. And I'm not trying to cause controversy, but I just really want to know where y'all mind frames be at when y'all do this. Because it would be a lot of people saying your black card's revoked, but then still inviting other people to a cookout. I'm waiting for the answers. I'll wait. Don't worry. I'll wait. And then I think that was it. I think that was pretty much my rant. That was my beginning of my rant. Now, sorry if I talked pretty fast, but I just had to get those things off my chest. Now we're going to get into what this actual podcast was about. Was about putting celebrities on a pedestal or having high expectations of celebrities. And that's in regards to just, speaking on social issues. Because I know and this is a result of the whole Certified Lover Boy album coming out, right? Now in that album, I mean, I guess once y'all said it wasn't that great. I listened to it one time and I didn't really pay attention, but yeah, listened to it one time and it was like, whatever. I'm not going to say I didn't care. I just simply just did not. I don't know. I wasn't in the mood to listen to it. So it's like, whatever. But yeah, so we got to the point where people got on Twitter and was like, why isn't he talking about different issues that's going on and all this other stuff? And it's just like, I mean, I don't know exactly what issues they want him to talk about. I guess social issues maybe, or what's going on as far as, in the black, I don't know. I really don't know. There was no additional information to those tweets besides that. And somebody under it in the thread was like, what do you want him to talk about? Like, he doesn't even know about this life. Like, he grew up in Canada, and I guess pretty well off for the most part. I don't think he was like struggling or anything. So it's like, what is he supposed to talk about in his music when that's not the background that he comes from? And we see that time and time again we literally see plenty of, videos and stuff where people never step foot outside Calabasas and yet talking about the struggle. You struggled to wake up this morning? Like, what struggle did you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, people grew up in Beverly Hills and talking about, oh my God, life is so hard. Not saying you don't have issues, but I'm sorry, if your issues are when people are literally struggling out here, that's just like, I mean, not saying you don't struggle because you're rich, but like your struggle is way less, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people's struggles is financial, you know what I'm saying? You could pay all yours off. Is your mental health not the greatest? Maybe, but that's really besides the point of what we're talking about right now. So, I mean, no, that's not besides the point. So, I mean, if that's what you're going through, if you're having mental health issues, then rap about your mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to wake up in the morning because, you fell asleep at 2 a.m., rap about going to sleep at 2 a.m. and not want to wake up at 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the life you know, rap about it. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold it. I might not listen to your songs, but I'm not gonna hold it against you because you're rapping about what you know. Now, somebody that grew up in a underserved community, and they're out here rapping about what they had to do to make money that day, or how they had to feed their family or something like that, and they out here rapping about that life, then yes. But if you grew up in Calabasas and you're trying to rap about that life, shut up and sit down, because what are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? You're doing too much, bro. Calm down. But that's where we're at with that. So it's like, what issues did you exactly want him to talk about? And then on top of that, it's like, why are we put these obligations onto celebrities to talk about these issues that they have no idea what's going on half the time? Do you see celebrities half the time? Do they even know who they are, let alone what they're going to contribute to a conversation about, things going on, and with Black Lives Matter and all that stuff? Like, a lot of these celebrities, I'm sorry to say, they get some money and then fall off the wagon. Like, I don't know what transformation they go through when this money hit their pocket. But I tell you now, when I get to that point, please, I'm asking, please let me still be self-aware, because these rappers and celebrities, they make that first meal and then don't know how to act, bro. I don't know. Hey, there's nothing wrong with elevating a lifestyle, but completely forgetting where your humble beginnings. I don't understand that. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. I ain't saying you got to relive it every day, especially the traumatic experience. You ain't got to live it every day, but like, y'all get to a point where y'all just try to remove yourself completely from the narrative, and it's just like, huh? You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that. It's like y'all go against the grain so much that y'all just start sounding like Republicans or something. I don't know what it is. Like, y'all be I don't know what to tell y'all, but it'd be a whole nother ball game sometimes with y'all, and I'd be concerned. I'm like, are y'all okay? Because then something happens and you're calling on the black community to help you. It makes no sense. I'm just Confucian. You know what I'm saying? I'm just Confucian. But that's okay. We all got our own journeys, but you got where you're at. Be healthy, be mindful, and help where you can where necessary. But moving forward, back to the whole obligation that we put on celebrities to talk about these different issues. We know that celebrities have influence. That's, the main thing. We know they have influence. So, yes, we want them to, help raise awareness. But I feel like a lot of us want them to come up with a hot new take or have this everlasting information that they can provide onto their audience. And it's just like, for what? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we all are more so, we're aware of what's going on simply by being on Twitter or being on Instagram. We know what's going on, If you don't, you're probably just not following the right people. But we all know what's going on for the most part. So we really don't need celebrities to say anything. But I guess the contribution factor is, monetarily you can contribute, or you can provide, awareness to the people that may not know. But an issue that I have is a lot of people tend to wait till celebrities speak on things to actually care. And it's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, a celebrity shouldn't have to talk about nothing for you to care about it. Like, I'm saying, like, you can see your whole timeline talking about this, but you got to wait for one celebrity to say gun violence is bad for you to sit there and take it serious. Like, what kind of sense does that make? Like, not the fact that people were, dying, not the fact that people were just, murdered, but the fact that you had to wait for a celebrity to say something. You know what? Like, that's where it's like, are y'all mentally okay? Like, are y'all okay? Like, what is going on? And I hate that at this point in our life, we're getting so desensitized to a lot of things, but I don't know how to remedy that, but we just got to do better. Like, we got to take some time and understand, like, how the world works, and then move on and try to move as a collective. Because right now it's just weird. I don't know. I'm sure somebody else could probably put my words into better words, but that's all I'm saying. I just don't know. Like, y'all wait until somebody says something for y'all to care about it. It's just weird. Like, it's really weird. But then on top of that, kind of along with this point, when people care about when somebody cares about a subject, you don't need to demonize another movement or another issue or another topic in order to get your point across. Like, you don't need to do it. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. There have been plenty of videos, plenty of tweets where they say, nobody's talking about this, but y'all talk about this. Okay, what do you want us to do with that information? You know what I'm saying? You could simply just say, hey, this is going on in this place. Here's some resources. Here's some articles that you could read more, learn more about it. Please contribute to these organizations. Those are things you could do. You don't have to say, nobody's talking about this, but y'all talked about this whenever this was happening and blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you mad? Like, I'm saying, like, I understand, be mad at the situation that's going on, but why are you mad at the other organization or other topic or other subject that got more visibility? Especially when another project has been doing the work for many of years. Not saying that y'all haven't, but it's like, if you weren't raising awareness, how are you expecting for people to know? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, this is the first time anybody's ever hearing about it. So simply just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew about this all these years, but you just decided to talk up about it, that is kind of like a personal issue. You know what I'm saying? You cannot put that on everybody else. You cannot put that on everybody else because simply everybody else did not know. Like, we're not computers. We're not Google. We do not know everything. Google is a platform to, learn more things, but we don't know everything. We don't even have the capacity to know all that stuff. So if you know something that somebody else doesn't, simply just share that information if it's not easily accessible. Now, with that, let me provide a little bit more nuance with that, because a lot of times y'all like to just use people as your personal Googles. And no, that's not how it works. When it comes to things that are more popularized or talked about every day, you could get on Twitter and type in a hashtag. You could get on Google and type that up and know what you're talking about. But if there's just not information about something and nobody knows about it, if you don't provide that necessary information for them to even get interested, it's kind of hard for people to know what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like going back to, the whole, I'm not quite sure. It's the Israel or Lebanon things that were going on with the bombings. And they all wanted Rihanna to talk about it. And when she did, I guess she said the wrong thing. It's just like, I don't know I know what y'all wanted her to say, but it's also just like, either provide her with the resources or just say, hey, retweet this and provide this link for places you could donate, or this is how you get help. You know what I'm saying? It's not as simple as that, but it's like, this can be a helpful tool, especially because it makes it easier for the people that you want her to reach out to, as far as like her audience and her reach. It makes it easier for them to just, screenshot, upload, post a link. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in this day and age where everything is just it's so screenshot and post. I would just try to make that as accessible and as easy as I could, just so I know that the correct message is being put out there and it's not going to be misconstrued because they're trying to come up with these new hot takes. We don't need celebrities coming up with new hot takes. We just, honestly, when it comes to these organizations, we just need the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, please, if you want to raise awareness, please do that. But we need the money. So if you can contribute and post the links to where people can donate, that's the thing that matters most. People get on Twitter and be like, hey, I know these organizations are not good to donate to. Please provide me with some accurate, or not some accurate, but please provide me with some good organizations that we can donate to, and I'll create a thread. And people do that. And that's where it's easily accessible. You can retweet and everything, and everybody knows what's going on. And that's, the good thing about being on social media is that we can cultivate these spaces. But a lot of times we still have those issues that go on where people just do not want to actually, do their part of the work in order to achieve, what they're looking for. And that's, it's all a process. Once again, it's all a process. It's all a learning tool, but don't demonize one entity to bring up another. That's just that where that turns me off. You know what I'm saying? I hate when I get on Twitter and I see a tweet saying nobody's talking about this enough. Nobody knows about it. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with not knowing about anything. Like, of course, educate me. But if this is the first time you're doing it, I'm going to instantly not even want to look any further, because you're making it seem like I'm not doing the work when I just simply did not know. I can't talk about what I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a simple thing as that. Y'all, like, that's like a kid coming up to you, right? Talking about, why is it bad to run across the road when a car's coming? It's common sense to you, but it's a kid that has never experienced this before. So it's just that, you know what I'm saying? I've never heard about this issue. I've never experienced this issue. So to sit there and demonize me for not knowing, that does not help the cause. And also when it comes to celebrities, talking about things, I feel like we put expectation on how fast they need to talk about things. And sometimes some things that we're bringing up aren't necessarily like easy things to, talk about. There's always logistics, especially when it comes to like things that are like outside the country. There are different logistics that you have to consider, especially when you want them to provide like a good helping hand. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, where they've taken more than just contributing money to an organization, where they actually want to put, things on the front lines in these areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was one incident where, I don't know if it would categorize as an incident, but I don't know if it was earlier in the year or last year, but the things that were happening in Africa, and people wanted Beyonce to talk about what was going on. And I guess because of her like whole Black is King movie, I guess people were like had that expectation where it's like, where's this energy at? When are you gonna talk about it? And it was like, ultimately she did talk about it, but she also provided some resources, and she also, had efforts that were actually happening in Africa, or things that were going to be shipped to Africa. So it was like, it wasn't like one of those things where it's like, let me just throw a statement out there and then call it a day. Like, it was like, these are tangible things that we can actually do. Here's tangible things that I'm actually doing. So this is our fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how we're trying to get here. It wasn't simply just like, hey, this is going on, this is bad, and then provided nothing else after that. Like, and I think that's where we have to be more mindful of, what celebrities we talk about. Like, of course we want something to hurry up and be out, but it's also like, we all know what's going on. We don't necessarily need Beyonce to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to cape for her or nothing, but I'm saying like, we're all on Twitter right now. We all see what's going on. We all see the live footage. We all see these videos everybody's posting on their timelines. We all see the tweets. Like, we all see this. Like, we don't need Beyonce to talk about it for us to know what's going on. So like, while I understand, like, yeah, more visibility, we did not need necessarily her to make a screenshot or put a post up or anything letting us know what was going on. We knew what was going on, but she took it a step further and actually had things or organizations, in that area to where we can actually help and contribute. That's where it makes a difference, where we actually have tangible things where it makes a difference, not just simply saying something is bad. You know what I'm saying? We know it's bad. We see it's bad. We don't need you to reiterate that it's bad. We all got that. We don't need that. What we need is the whole monetary factor to contribute to those things. That's where that is. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come from a place that you have the money to give, or you have the resources to provide. That's where we need that. So that's where I'm like, I think we just need to give like a little leeway when we expect these celebrities to do things. Not even saying that because they're human at the end of the day. Yes. But it's also just like, are they as tapped in as much as we are? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe not. Because, they get on Twitter and all they see is people talking bad about them. Or they get on Instagram and all they see is negative comments about them. So they probably don't be on there as much. So, yeah, it's just like, we just got to like, I feel like we have a tunnel vision for like, I feel like, honestly, I feel like a lot of us, we live for drama. And I'm saying we as a people. I'm saying it like, I feel like a lot of us live for drama. We just wait for that next thing to happen so we can all just demonize somebody that isn't doing enough. And that's really messed up. That's really messed up. Like, that's really messed up. Like, and if you don't, I don't even know how more I can explain that, but I feel like we wait for something to happen and see that somebody isn't talking about it. Like, literally, when and we don't need everybody to talk about it because everybody does not know what they're talking about. So we don't need everybody to talk about it. That's what I'm saying. If you can provide the resources and the links and the actual, just give them a tweet and they retweet it, fine. Give them a link. They retweet the link and they retweet what organizations are good. But everybody was hopping on. One of the influencers like, you're not talking about this. You're not talking about this. You're not talking about this. When are you going to talk about this? And they talked about it and they made no fucking sense, or they sounded a mess, or it came off as performative. Like, we did not need their voice. Like, we did not need their voice. We don't even listen to them talk about themselves, let alone what else they can contribute to the community. We don't need that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, That's where we're at. Like we just really, I think we just, I don't know. And we were locked in the house. You know what I'm saying? We were in quarantine, so of course we got bored. Of course we needed things to do. But how we just sit there and wait for some issue to come up and then pinpoint what celebrity is and talk about it and then go tunnel vision on how they need to talk about it more, is just like, why? Like I don't understand it. But hey, last year was a trying time. This year is still a trying time, So it is what it is. I mean, it's not. It is what it is. But it's at this point, it's like I really don't know what else to say. But yeah, that's just that. You know what I'm saying? And then let me see, because I wrote a lot. So this is how this went. I recorded this episode like maybe Monday or Tuesday of last week, right? But then I started, having to do a bunch of running around and stuff. So it was like, taking my little brothers to practice and all sorts of a bunch of different stuff that I had to, do in my daily life. So it's like not able to just, redo it. So how I do these podcasts is I record it and then I listen back, take notes, and then come back and then re-record. Now eventually that will not be able to fly because hopefully this gets to a point where I can have different guests and things on of that nature on here. So it's going to have to be, we'd have to roll with the punches. But that's what I'm kind of happy. Like I did tweet about this the other day. I said, I'm kind of happy I don't have a co-host because the way I record, it just would not be conducive to having a co-host. And maybe it would be better if I did have a co-host because we could just have an organic conversation and wouldn't just be talking. But hey, everything happens in due time. I may have somebody come on here, and be able to, I guess dial me back in and keep me on a specific type of template. Cause I know with me, we're going all over the place. You know what I'm saying? This is where the conversation is. This is the conversation with me is going to be all over the place. Now, is that an undiagnosed, form of ADD or ADHD or something? I don't know. It might be, but that's just, I'm not even trying to, be out here shaming. Like I'm, pro mental health. I'm pro all that. Pro, get the necessary therapy and psychiatry that you need. I'm pro all that. So I'm not even trying to be like making fun of nobody, but I'm saying if this may be a form of undiagnosed, I don't know, but I don't think it is. I just think, my mind just goes and I just got to talk about all this stuff and try to get it back. But I always wrap it back around, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe I don't, but hey, who cares? I certainly don't. And then let's see, because yeah, I mean, I did have some other stuff that I was going to say, but it really isn't important, so we'll just save it. We'll save it. But yeah. Ending this, I just wanted to, get on here, rant a little bit about how y'all be acting. I mean, not y'all, but we, because I'm guilty of it too. I ain't even want to set up front. But yeah, we just got to hold ourselves accountable. We just got to call ourselves back. You know what I'm saying? We just got to, sometimes we got to just be like, all right, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. But yeah, let me go ahead and give you my socials so y'all can tap in. Y'all can tweet me, beat me if you want to link me, and we can go ahead and go there. On Twitter is Concrete Convo 2. And pretty much you can see that, and I should be the only person that comes up, but I don't know. You'll see it. And then on Instagram is Concrete Convo Pod. And so far I have one post up, but there'll be another one once I get all this other stuff, edited and everything. And then on TikTok, on the TikTok, it's Concrete Conversation. No S, just Concrete Conversation. And yeah, so tap into all this, and we'll be back next week with another show. Hope you guys are enjoying this. And I mean, I'm enjoying this. I like this. I like this platform. I like the fact that I'm doing this. I'm happy with the fact that I'm actually because this is something that I have toyed with the idea for so long. And it's been always been like a collaborative effort. Like we're going to be like me and a friend or me and a couple of friends that were going to do this, and it just never worked out. Like we don't live in the same areas. It wasn't going to work out. You know, everybody has their own life. But you know, at this point, I'm just trying to become the best version of myself in every way possible, the best version and the richest version. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to start my little empire and do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know. That's where we're at right now. We're just trying to do what we got to do and do it how we can do it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? And I like the whole, you know, creative, you know, type of industry type of, you know, career. I always have. Not necessarily saying I have a problem with authority. I don't have a problem with authority. I just don't like the structure of, you know, a job. That's why, like, when we went remote last year, I was like, thank you. I mean, it was only temporary. It was only for like a month or something. But when we went remote, I was like, yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, I don't have to wake up extra early to get on the road. I don't have to, you know what? I can like take a nap in between and not have to feel bad. Like, y'all don't have to go to my car and, you know, black people sleeping in their cars, not the best thing to do. So I don't have to go out on my lunch break and sleep in my car on my lunch break and then go home and, you know what I'm saying, and be exhausted by the end of the day. But by the time I get home, like, I'm going to spend 8 hours of my day sitting in the office and be on the computer. Like, that's the thing that killed me is, like, I'm sitting on the computer. Like, I'm leaving my house, right? Waking up at 6 o'clock to shower, brush my teeth, get dressed, get in the car, drive maybe a half hour to work, and then get to work and then sit there for a whole 8 hours out of my day, maybe 9 sometimes, and then get back in my car, go back home. And then by the time I'm there, I have no energy to do anything else because I'm just like exhausted from looking at a computer all day and then talking to different people on the phone and not having any type of flexibility. And then by the time you eat dinner, go to sleep, and it's time to do it all over again for the rest of the week. And then you get 2 days off, which you spend Saturday trying to recuperate, you know what I'm saying? And it's Sunday just trying to recuperate again. And then you repeat the cycle again. Like, it's just, the structure of work is just too much. And I know I mentioned this on the last episode, but that's going to always be something that will just, you know, really rile me up. Like the structure of working. It's not just the jobs. Like, I don't mind working. I don't mind the jobs. It's just the structure of how it is. Like, and then you see, like, over last year, people started working remote. They started moving to different places. They started going on more vacations and, you know, enjoying life. And it's like, yes, this is what we should be doing. Why is this not normalized? I understand to the point where if you got to go into a facility, you got to do manufacturing, you got to do something that's more of a hands-on product thing. Yes, you got to be at work. But if everything is going to be required for me to, if everything that I do is online, why am I leaving my house to do it? Please let me know. Why are we having a meeting every single day to talk about the same thing that we talked about the day before? Please let me know. I'm just so, like, that's just where I'm at. Like, that's just where I'm at. Like, and I'm, you know, maybe because I'm not in business for myself at this current point, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna do my best to where everything that I do is digestible for the people that are working under me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my employees, I want them to, you know, be happy when they come to work. I want them to, you know, be comfortable. I want them to be able to be flexible with their work situations. You know what I'm saying? Now, the things that I have planned, it would require you to come in because it's going to be like a physical product you have to sell. But it's like, I don't want it to be like a stressful job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to just come in and do what it is. Like, I don't want you to have to worry about numbers. I don't want you to have to worry about making the sales quotas. I don't want all that. Like, that's just, I mean, maybe that's just in a perfect world, but I'm going to do my best I can to make sure that's not a factor. That's another thing. Like, I did not like the fact that I had to come and worry about getting this many things and getting this many, like, that's just, like, why? Like, why are we killing ourselves? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally just killing yourself. Like, why are you putting all this unnecessary, like, first of all, people already have unnecessary stress when they end their home life. And then you got to come to work and then have this unnecessary stress of trying to meet these goals and expectations. If you don't, you feel you're going to be fired every day. That's just, like, no way to live. Like, why do y'all want people to live like this? I don't understand. I don't know who I'm talking to right now. Well, I'm talking to the bosses. I'm talking to these CEOs and these people that own these companies. Why do y'all want people to kill themselves while y'all own a yacht? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want people to kill themselves for $35,000 a year And then y'all on the boat on a yacht on the Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria, sit on the boatway drinking sangria while they still at home and don't get no days off. And then the days they get off is spent tending to their fucking kids. It's just like, I don't know. This is a lot. Like, I'm not even trying to be like doing too much on this podcast, but this is just another rant. And I'm sorry if you don't agree. That's on you because, and honestly, another thing. I'm sorry. This is going to be a long podcast. I'm sorry, but who is lying in saying that we're ready to return to the office? Who made that lie up? I really want to know. And why do you want to return back to the office? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? I know if you're a POC, you probably don't want to return back to the office because that's just a whole bunch of performing that like when you're, you know. This is probably going to be controversial, but when you're a POC, right? Or I'm not going to speak for all POCs, but when you're black, when you're at work, you're doing two jobs. Okay, you're first of all, you're doing the job that you're hired to do, but then you're also just doing a job where you're trying to be the digestible person for everybody, so you don't get called out. And then there's also this thing where if you don't talk enough, you're being antisocial, you're being aggressive. But if you talk too much, you're not doing your job. It's just like, it's just so much that you also got to consider. So I know for a fact, black people, maybe other POCs, but I know for a fact, black people, when they were able to start working remote, they loved that. They loved that. I know I did because I didn't have to sit here and comment and smiling every day, act like everything was peachy keen, and, you know, pretend like it was rainbows and sunshines outside. Like, no, I could have been asleep for another hour. I could have been asleep for another hour before I got on here. And now I got to listen to y'all talk about unnecessary things that don't need to be talked about just so y'all can feel like you're doing your job, which is, it's like, it's exhausting. You know what I'm saying? It's exhausting having to do all this stuff to not even get a fraction of the pay. And that's where, like, I don't know. That's where I'm at with all this stuff. But, you know, I'm going to end this here. I talked a lot and hopefully you guys agree with something. If you didn't, hey, write it in the DMs, write it in the tweets, write it in the ads. I don't care. And we could have a discussion. We could talk about it. Once again, a discussion, not an argument, a discussion. We are not all monoliths. We do not all need to have the same take on everything. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. If you do agree with me, that's fine as well. It does not matter, but we can talk as civil human beings and come to a resolution. Even if it's an agree to disagree, we can do that. But don't be out here trying to be like, no, you're wrong. Don't. We all have our own opinions. Some opinions be wrong, but we're all entitled to them, okay? And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm going to end this here. We're going to peace out and hope you have a good weekend. Don't get too drunk, you know. And we'll see when we go to Starbucks tomorrow how busy the line is. If the line ain't busy at Starbucks, we know y'all too drunk to even get up out of bed. But it's okay. It's okay. Or y'all might be enjoying yourselves at brunch. Have a good day. Have a good weekend, and enjoy your work week. Peace.